taking the advice of all the OIART profs when they say keep an open mind, just realize that this is a big industry. It all has to do with music and sound in some way. And if you get in there and start working, things will work themselves out from there. I think that's entirely true. And I am really thankful that I actually chose to listen to that advice. Yeah.
What's up, Scott?
What's up, what's up? I rambled a lot.
No, man. That's something to listen to.
Yeah, my name's Scott Brunelle. I am 29 years old. I am pretty much from London by way of Elmer, Ontario, just south. I'm a recent OIART grad, and right now I am working at Aeolian Hall. Yeah, so my role here is a production technical coordinator. So we're coordinating, exactly, things that need to be set up for productions, and especially on the tech side, which means I have to be well-versed in lighting, video stuff, how lights look on video, audio for streaming. It's a lot of different things kind of put together for whatever thing we need to do that day, whether that's a live show, a live stream, a board meeting, a corporate event, pretty much anything. So I was here last night doing some lights for the show today. We have our first actual live performance tonight. It's an artist named Lila Bialy, and it's a jazz trio. So we've got it kind of roughed in on this stage right now. We've got her piano set up, and we've got the bass amp and the drum rug. So drums are supposed to come in at 3 p.m. today. Right now it is about 10 in the morning, and I'm just gonna make sure that everything from last night still works and that we're in good shape. The interview process was quite a test here. The standard for excellence at this venue is very high in the best possible way. There's world-class talent that comes through here. They really take pride in everything that they showcase at this venue. So the interview process was very professional. There were multiple steps, there were multiple interviews, and I really had to be on top of everything from sending follow-up emails, knowing the history of the place, knowing exactly what the role entailed, which was a lot of different things, and being able to connect that to my own experience.
First day on the job. That's how I feel. It's because the camera's on.
Do you think you could have been able to run that course of interviews without your education?
No, there's no way. I've always been confident about this stuff, but I don't think that just like a baseline confidence is everything, and it definitely doesn't cut it when you get into a professional situation where you actually have to be able to back up requirements of skills with real proven experience. So myself in the past, I've done a lot of things on my own, but OIART was the thing that really brought it all together and got me out of my shell and got me doing projects and doing work with other people and got me in real world scenarios. Okay. That'll make sure that all of our moving lights and truss lights will work. See these guys up there turn on. Hey, Christoph. Matt's putting markers on like every other pair of seats to block them off.
I will not be needing my rig up there.
Cool.
That's good.
I got my lights ready.
You got your lights ready.
I got my lights ready. You don't gotta worry about that.
All right.
Yeah. I got like 4 or so different like overall looks, and then I got like a warm and cool spotlight on her, and then one in the center.
You can make it nice and dynamic.
Yeah. That's a funny question, because a few weeks ago, I definitely would have said that my biggest goal would be to help with getting the studio constructed here, which is a project that we're working on. But after working my first real live event, I would say that I got such a degree of satisfaction from being part of, a flawless live production that my goal would be to improve further at the setup, the artist hospitality, the lighting, contributing to what I can with the sound, and just creating shows that are next level. It took me a long time to come around, because I was definitely that person that was really stubborn about doing everything on my own and watching all the YouTube videos on recording. And after, you know, a number of years, like basically a decade, it was hitting me that, like, you need something to bring all of this together. Like, you're taking information from all these disparate kind of places, and you're trying to create something for yourself in a vacuum. And it's really hard to connect with other people when you do everything in your bedroom and you've never been part of something that brings all these people together and puts their heads in this one goal for a year straight. Yeah, no worries. I brought all my stuff too, just in case.
Officially, definitely an OIART grad. Anybody else would not have been the case.
Where I was like, I've sunk so much time in my life into this passion, and it's something that I do with all of my extra energy after working in food service and in retail jobs and all this kind of stuff. And so I said to myself, like, if you love this so much that you're able to take all of your extra time when you're tired and before work and after work, and you're using it to do this, then why aren't you doing this for work? It just doesn't make sense.
I'm just gonna play it without recording for a sec, and just let me know if the click's like too loud, too quiet. Hit it.
Which part is it? Is it
Solo, yeah.
I had a meeting with Dean Nelson, and I really like what he said to me. He basically, there was no marketing copy coming from someone who represents OIART. There's just honesty. And he said, you are just going to get out of this exactly what you put in. And I really liked that there was no promise of, we're gonna teach you the 5 best ways to EQ something, or the secret to compression, you know? It was just like, you know, you're gonna show up. If you can show up every day, if you can pay attention, if you can, you know, study and apply this stuff in the labs and get it in your head, then you will be able to go out and apply this. And that get out of it what you put in thing was just entirely true. That there's no secret, there's no magic bullet to like learning these skills. There's no like clickbait article that's gonna give you a secret to being better at mixing or something. It's all just how much time you're willing to put into it, how much humility you're able to have to actually listen to people who have more experience than you, and to get rid of your habits and try stuff from scratch. And yeah, it was basically just realizing that I'm spending all my time doing this anyways. It's such a passion that I need to go to the place that's going to enable me to do this for a career.
I probably wouldn't use them for the live side of it,
Right.
but just so that we have stuff for recording purposes. Alright, so let me see this through.
You recommend OIART?
Man, I love OIART. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's so funny thinking about what people expect from like a college or university experience, and you think about, you know, people think about years of your life and spending hours grinding out and studying subjects that you don't really want to, and it's this weird image of like a grind that makes you cry in the library and then partying. And OIART is just like neither of those things. It basically like eschews everything that you'd expect from college or university and goes, nope, there's classrooms, there's studios, and there's industry professionals who aren't just teachers. There are people who have already had an entire career in this industry, and now are here just to show you how it's done. And it's just, I don't think I've ever been in a place before where everybody is just there to learn. No one's there to mess around. No one's there just to have fun, but you are having fun the whole time. But there's such a great culture of, this is why it's exciting to learn this. And you get to go into the labs and you get to try out something you learned in class that day, and you instantly start building satisfaction and start building confidence in your work, because you are proving to yourself that these things work. you're being shown it by someone who's done it their whole life, and then you go into a lab and apply it and you see, wow, this does work, and not only does it work, but I can make it work in the ways that I want to. Like, it's special the way that it's set up, for sure. So we're switching these to small stands. We're still keeping the mics though?
Yeah, we're keeping the mics.
Okay,
I might
cool.
not use them for the live side of it, but just in case.
Yeah.
Leave that in for now.
I feel like you just learn to be more open to the surprises that might happen if you go into things with an open mind. Like, before coming here, I really thought, I'm a recording engineer, I'm a producer, and I think that's what a lot of musicians think, and especially most musicians nowadays who record their own stuff. There's this weird identity that comes with, you know, because I record my own stuff, I have this title of producer and engineer and all this stuff. And I thought, like, I'm gonna go to OIART, I might learn some other stuff, but I'm really gonna focus on getting better at mixing so that when I come out of here, I can freelance, I can be better at mixing my own stuff and get success with that, and I can record other people's stuff. And I never would have thought that I would end up in a place where we were focusing on live events. I never ever would have thought it, and I just had a Friday night where we put on a sold out live show, and I have almost, it's like, it's been rare in my life that I felt that degree of like warmth and happiness from being a part of something. But when you're a part of a live show where, you know, a few hundred people get to enjoy something all together, like, it's really special. And it's definitely a big lesson. You're adults in an educational program. If you decide to leave school and go home because you're tired, like, no one's gonna lock you in the room and say you can't do that. But at the end of the day, if you really realize, like, you know, I've been given this opportunity to sit here and work on my craft every day for hours for a year, and cumulatively, like, how much skill you can actually build up if you really apply yourself at that, it really comes together. And I think even for me as a musician, which isn't the thing that I spent the most amount of hours doing at the school, with OIART, just being a part of something, sitting back, watching how good other people are, you know, checking yourself, because when you go into stuff with your ego, like, you're there to protect yourself and prove yourself, and then you're not open to learning things. I think that's like the biggest thing that anyone could learn going into an intensive technical program is, like, leave your ego behind. Nobody cares about the skill that you're there to prove, because everyone is there to learn something new. And that's way more important. And with all the new things you learn, you're gonna be able to tie them in with that skill you already had and come out 10 times better at it anyways, so, yeah.